I never imagined I'd be eager to leave a Hawaiian vacation. 3 days of nonstop rain turned what was supposed to be paradise into a soggy, overpriced nightmare. Closed beaches, flooded trails, and a hotel room that felt more like a $400 a night prison cell. So when Marcus texted me that our major client pitch had been moved up by 4 days, I was more than ready to head back to my cozy apartment in Chicago at 437 Oakwood Lane. The red-eye flight from Honolulu was smooth, and I couldn't help but smile, imagining the look on my team's faces when I walked into the office tanned and ready to nail the presentation. The cab ride from O'Hare to my building, The Grove, was fast thanks to the late hour. The driver, a chatty guy named Luis, glanced at my Aloha shirt. "Vacation cut short, huh?" he asked. "Rain and work emergency," I replied, recognizing the familiar streets. "At least you got some sun, Mr. Carter," Luis said as I tipped him. Still in vacation mode, I rolled my suitcase to the entrance. It was 11:52 p.m., and April's chill hung in the air over the quiet neighborhood. My second-floor apartment in the well-kept three-story building was a peaceful retreat. I took the stairs, skipping the elevator, eager for a hot shower in my own bed. The dim hallway, a source of constant complaints from Mrs. Khan in 1B, was exactly the way I liked it. I had served on the HOA board and made sure it stayed that way, despite her frequent gripes. At my door, I fumbled with my keys, jet-lagged. But as soon as I stepped inside, something felt off. The air had a strange smell, a mix of nail polish and something sharp. And then I heard it. Water running in the bathroom. I froze, suitcase still in hand. Someone was in my home. Instinct told me to call 911, but my anger pushed me forward. Who breaks in just to take a shower? I set my bag down and silently crept into the living room. The scene that greeted me was like something out of a fever dream. There she was, Gladys Thornton, my 62-year-old neighbor from 2C, sitting on my leather couch in just a towel, another one wrapped around her damp gray hair. Her rough, calloused feet rested on my coffee table as she painted her toenails a vivid fire engine red. The cushions beneath her were soaked, and my TV blared loudly in the background. A trashy reality show blared from the TV, and beside Gladys sat a glass of my prized whiskey, half drunk. For 10 seconds, we locked eyes, her nail polish brush hovering midair. Steam billowed from the bathroom. "Gladys!" I managed to choke out, breaking the silence. Her shock quickly twisted into outrage, like I had just ruined her little party. "What are you doing here, Malik?" "You're not supposed to be back until Sunday." I stared at her stunned. "This is my apartment. What the hell are you doing?" She sniffed, unfazed, and continued her pedicure as if this was all perfectly normal. "Don't snap at me. I'm watching your place. Someone has to keep things in order." I was floored. "I never asked you to watch anything. You're trespassing, using my shower, drinking my whiskey, ruining my couch." She waved her brush dismissively. "I check units when people are away. It's a service. You should be thankful. Homes get robbed, you know." I noticed my kitchen cabinets were wide open. Food had been rearranged, my bedroom door ajar with rumpled sheets, and worst of all, open mail sitting on the table. "You went through my stuff," I demanded. "Just ensuring order," she said, as if it was nothing. "Those credit card bills, Malik. Sloppy spending." I pulled out my phone, anger rising. "I'm calling the cops." Her eyes flickered with fear, then hardened into defiance. "Go ahead. I'll tell them you stormed in, threatening me. Who do you think they'll believe?" The implications stung, but I remained calm. "They'll believe the guy with his name on the lease, ID, and keys." I paused, then added, "You've got 3 minutes to get out, or I'm dialing 911. Gladys stood up, her towel slipping slightly, and I quickly looked away. "You can't kick me out. I'm not dressed," she protested. 2 minutes, 45 seconds, I replied, tapping my watch. "Finding you here, using my stuff, that's the real crime." She stomped her foot in frustration. "You're ruining everything. I do this for everyone." That stopped me in my tracks. You enter other people's apartments uninvited? You check pipes, water plants, drink their liquor, and shower in their bathrooms? She sneered. "Mrs. Khan wouldn't appreciate that kind of help." Then her eyes turned sly. "I've run the HOA for 15 years, Malik. crossed me and, "Your unit might have issues?" I shot back. "Threatening me now? That's abuse of power." "1 minute," I added, watching the bathroom still running. She darted to shut it off. "I'll say I heard suspicious noises." "Did a wellness check." "A wellness check with nail polish and whiskey?" I scoffed. She didn't hesitate. Grabbing her phone, she dialed. "I'm calling 911. I don't feel safe. Yuri's blocking my exit." I was just 10 feet from the door, arms still crossed. "Go for it," she dialed, her voice trembling. "Help! I'm at 437 Oakwood, 2B. A man's threatening me, blocking me." I started recording, panning over to her, capturing the open door, the wet couch, the whiskey bottle, and my family photos. "This is Malik Carter," I spoke loudly. "This woman entered my apartment without permission, using an HOA key. I'm recording for safety." She shrieked, "He's lying!" "I was just checking as a favor. I'm not blocking anything." I stared at her. "She's free to leave." The weight of the moment was crushing. Gladys alternated between fake tears, HOA threats, and tugging at her hair like she was at a spa. At 12:30 a.m., a sharp knock echoed through the silence. Through the peephole, I saw two officers, one a grizzled white guy, the other a young black woman. "Officers, thanks for coming," I said, stepping aside. "I'm Officer Brooks," the woman said. "This is Officer Hayes. We got a disturbance call." Gladys rushed forward, towel still wrapped around her, voice shaking. "Thank God! This man's threatening me. I was checking his place and he's yelling, trapping me." Hayes raised an eyebrow, taking in the scene. "Gladys, the bourbon, my suitcase. Ma'am, do you live here?" "No," I said. "She's in 2C. I found her using my shower, drinking my whiskey, rifling through my mail." I showed them the video. Brooks took my ID. "Address matches." "You say she used an HOA key?" "Yes, without permission," I confirmed. She replied, "She claims it's routine." "Does the HOA allow uninvited entry?" Hayes asked, turning toward Gladys. "Not exactly," she stammered, "but I have spare key access for emergencies." "What emergency?" Brooks pressed. "I thought I heard water." "So you started the shower?" I snorted, hitting her with a smirk. "Any documentation for this?" "I don't need it," Gladys snapped. "I look after this building." I added, "She admitted entering other people's homes." Brooks nodded. "That's correct. Ma'am, entering without permission is breaking and entering. Using property is theft." Gladys paled. "This is a mistake. Malik and I are neighbors." "No, we're not," I said flatly. "I barely know her." "Sir, do you want to press charges?" Hayes asked. Before I could answer, Gladys cut in venomously. "This is why your kind caused trouble. No sense of community." The room stilled. "My kind," I repeated, stunned. She doubled down. "You people always escalate instead of talking neighborly." Brooks stepped in, his voice stern. "Ma'am, stop now." But Gladys raged on. "You're all against me, even you." She spat at Brooks. Hayes's face hardened. "You're in his home making racial remarks. I'd press charges if I were him." "I am," I said, my tone cold. "Breaking and entering, theft, mail tampering, everything." Brooks nodded at me. "Ma'am, get dressed. You're coming with us." Gladys gawked. "Arresting me? I'm 62 inches. "Standard procedure," Hayes said, pulling out cuffs. She demanded privacy, but I insisted. "Brooks, supervise." In the bathroom, Gladys muttered about her judge friend. When she was dressed, she was cuffed and let out, still pleading. "Malik, we can settle this." I shook my head. "No, Gladys, we can't." At the station, Brooks guided my statement. "Cases like this happen too often. People abusing small power," she said. Gladys was bailed out by her husband, Harold, who looked completely defeated. "The DA will review," Brooks said. "Breaking and entering is solid. Mail tampering might even go federal. Get a restraining order." Back home, I found a new HOA notice from Gladys, citing fake violations like issues with ventilation and food storage. I called the manager, Sam. "Bertha is abusing key access," I said. He sighed. "She pushed for emergency key rights last year while you were away. I'll call a board meeting." My lawyer, Nathan Cole, was floored. "She's cooked, breaking and entering, theft, mail tampering, racial bias, document everything," he said. suggesting a restraining order and some neighbor outreach. Mrs. Khan visited, shaken. My spices were rearranged last month. My soap was used. Others shared similar stories. Missing jewelry, liquor gone, strange streaming history. At an emergency meeting packed with furious residents, Sam revealed that Gladys had access. She eventually pleaded guilty to trespassing and theft, paying $250,000, which was split among 9 victims. She sold her unit, wrote apologies, attended therapy, and was barred from all HOA roles. She personally replaced my couch, whiskey, and more, her face grim as she handed them over. "This is your fault," she muttered. "No," I said. "It's yours. This building's thriving now. Gardens, play areas, real community." Gladys moved to a Florida condo, reportedly trying to repaint their lounge. At the Grove's anniversary party of the Gladys incident, I sipped her replacement whiskey, watching neighbors mingle in our revamped community room. Mrs. Khan raised her glass to karma. I clinked mine to boundaries.